everyone. I'm Susannah Schaefer, President and CEO of Smile Train, and it is my privilege to welcome you all to the first ever CleftCon India, the conference by and for the Cleft community. We're making history today as this is Smile Train's first in-person CleftCon. Thank you, Mamta. and I'm so thrilled you're all here to be part of it. This is better. It's at my height, so you can hear me better. We and our partners have been looking forward to this event for so many months, and it's hard to believe it's finally here. Building on the amazing successes of our first two CleftCon conferences in the US, I could not be more excited to launch this exciting gathering in India and the first of its kind. We have a full schedule planned filled with speakers, roundtable discussions, and open space to introduce yourselves and make new friends. You have already met online yesterday, and we are so proud to continue the sessions in person today. Of course, we all know everything about Cleft Care requires a team effort. CleftCon is no different. That's why I'd like to give a big shout out to all of the speakers, moderators, community partners, and volunteers who have dedicated their time to making today a success. Whether you were born with Cleft or one of your friends or loved ones was, whether you work or volunteer in Cleft Care or are otherwise involved or interested in the Cleft space, we all come together today as one proud, Cleft proud community. Together with our partners, many of them here in India, Smile Train has moved mountains. We are the world's largest Cleft charity. Since 1999, we have supported safe and quality Cleft care for more than 1.5 million children around the world. In fact, the number is actually getting closer to 2 million, but my communications staff won't let me say that just yet. Key to our success has been our teach a man to fish model, following the adage that says, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. Tapping into our local expertise and partnerships to build lasting solutions has enabled us to aim higher, reach farther, and ultimately gather and really have greater impact than any other organization in this space. And local empowerment works. Equipping individuals and communities with the skills and tools to make a difference in their own communities and in their own lives is an unstoppable force. And this applies to you too. By being here today, you are not only benefiting from the network and the learnings of this incredible community of ours, you are inspiring countless Cleft-affected individuals and families who will follow you. The more we come together, the more we share, the more we learn, the more we listen, we take meaningful steps in dismantling stigma and misunderstanding, in expanding the conversation, and in creating a brighter, more inclusive future. While we gather here today as a family and one family, each of you has your own story, both that which has already been written and, just as important, that which is still unwritten. Some of you have been out there telling your story already, sharing your journey with others and inspiring them. And many stories will be told here for the first time. This is what makes CleftCon so very special. So we are all our own person. Each one of you is unique. And yet, as you can see here today, you are not alone. In fact, every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft lip and or palate. Now, hopefully nobody is timing my remarks, But since the time I began speaking, likely at least one more beautiful baby was brought into this world with a cleft lip or palate. This represents 1 in 700 births or 200,000 births worldwide. So as I mentioned earlier, you are not alone, but that doesn't mean it's easy. And as we know it, it can still all be too easy to feel alone. That is real, and that really matters. That is why we are gathered here today together. And although we are here as one big community, our journeys to this point have all looked different. As we know in the cleft space, reconstructive surgery is important work. It is life-changing and can often be life-saving. But it's only one piece of the puzzle. Smile Train takes a holistic approach to cleft care. Instead of just focusing on surgeries, we work with local partners around the world to provide a breadth of essential care, such as speech therapy, emotional support, nutrition services, and orthodontic care. We call this comprehensive cleft care, through which we focus on the whole person. For many, comprehensive cleft care represents a new beginning. And that's just it. It really is only the beginning. Through gatherings like this and other efforts to form and strengthen cleft communities, we are building lifelong connections across a worldwide cleft community of friends, families, experts, advocates, and supporters. People you can learn from, people you can turn to, people who get it. Now, before we begin, I have one request of all of you, and myself included. It's the same request I made at our US CleftCon earlier this year, and it's an important one. I ask that we all make ourselves vulnerable today. I know that many of us have spent our whole lives, we're back. I know that many of us have spent our whole lives trying our hardest not to seem awkward, and that it can be pretty uncomfortable to open yourself up to vulnerability in a room filled with people you don't know yet. But you know what? We're really not strangers. We've all come together here as a community of people who are either cleft affected ourselves or have dedicated our careers to fighting for this cause. So let's promise ourselves and one another to not hold back. Whoever you are, that's okay. Everyone here is pulling for you. Everyone here wants to see your face and hear your voice when you speak. I promise you, you will be heard. Together, let's make this a day of sharing and educating, of making new friends and building a community that is truly cleft strong. And maybe just a little bit awkward at times, but that's okay. So thank you all for being here today and for being a part of our tremendous worldwide cleft family. Now, without further ado, let's jump right in and get this day started. Thank you.